Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Miami Vice. And this movie is directed by Michael Mann and stars Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. And it came out in 2006, and it was just on Netflix. And I stumbled across it, and I enjoyed the movie overall. And what I liked about the movie were the performances. I liked our two main leads, and I kind of liked where the story went, and I found it to be entertaining. And I was really anticipating for this movie to be really boring because it is like 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and it's like a crime movie, and not all crime movies work for me. And I knew going into it that it was based off of a TV series from the 80s called Miami Vice. And I was just thinking, okay, let's just go into this with an open mind. Hopefully this isn't like a case where like you need to watch the show in order to get what's going on. And personally, I didn't feel as though that was an issue. It works just fine as a standalone film, and I don't know if watching the show would have made this movie better or worse. All I know is that I enjoyed the movie for what it was, and the best parts of the movie is just when characters are talking, and it's not like the best stuff ever in a movie, but it works. Like, it's entertaining, and I do like our two main characters. I thought that they were likable, and I enjoyed what their adventure that they went on, even if there isn't really a whole lot of tension to the movie, because it's not like they're doing everything they can to not get caught while they're undercover. And it's more or less just watching things unfold and developing all these other characters and making them interesting. I do have to say that in the first 15 to 20 minutes, I was kind of confused as to what was going on, because you're kind of just thrown into like this whole mission where our two main leads are like undercover on a separate case from the plot or something. I have no idea what happened, and it just feels very confusing as to like what's going on. And I get it to some extent. They were trying to make you confused also, but at the same time, I don't think it was a very strong opening. And also, another issue that I had with the movie was that maybe it was just me, or I was just imagining things, but it looked like the frame rate kept changing. Not in like every shot, but like every once in a while it would change from like 24 frames per second to like 30 frames per second, and like it just kept changing. I was like, what are we doing here? It just felt really off and distracting. And this is also going to be kind of a weird criticism, but like there were like 4 sex scenes over the course of like 10 minutes. I was like, what are we doing? And it just kind of felt like filler to me, and it did catch me off guard, and I'll say that much. It caught me off guard, and I don't think that's necessarily a good thing, because it kind of just feels like you're doing that for other reasons that are outside of the movie's story. And also, one thing that was distracting for me was the action, mostly the gun sound effects. For some reason, they just sounded weirdly off, like they were just kind of quiet, and like the scenes of people talking are louder than the guns going off, and that was just such an odd choice. And I don't remember that being an issue in Heat. Maybe if I were to rewatch that movie, I might pick up on that. But as far as action goes, that's really my only criticism, is that the gun sound effects were awful. And it just sounded like a video game, and that was pretty much the worst stuff in the movie whenever it wasn't focused on dialogue. It was just kind of bad. And there's some strange decisions like that throughout the movie that I've touched on already, and there isn't really much else to the movie. It's just nice, light, simple entertainment where the story is interesting in terms of where it goes for the most part, even if it is very simple. And I liked our two main performances, mostly Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. I thought they were good, and it wasn't terribly shot in every scene, and there were things that I liked in the movie, and I liked some of the characters and some directions that the story went down. And another issue that I had with the movie really quickly is that there were some character deaths that I thought were like hilariously bad and very poorly handled. Like I said already, action is the worst stuff in the movie, and there isn't too much action, luckily. And a decent amount of it is dialogue, so I'll say that much. And it's not boring. For a movie that's 2 hours and 15 minutes, I was never bored. So I would recommend it you watch this movie at least once, just to hear your opinions on it. Because going into it, I was kind of expecting something that was not so great, and I watched it and I was like, oh, that wasn't bad. But I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about it in the comments below. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Miami Vice a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Miami Vice, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.